Okay, so here's another story that
Uh-oh.
that needs to be talked about. The I guess HBO has decided that they're going to throw their weight behind. I don't know if it's going to be it's got to be a mini series or something. It's got to be at least 4 hours long. Of it's going to tell the tale of the making of Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather.
Oh yeah. Okay. I did read about this. Okay.
Yeah. How do we feel about that? And who's going to
do that?
I mean, this will be fun to think about who could play these parts. I can see them doing this, and I hope they don't. I could see them casting Josh Gad as Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh my God!
If only somebody like Philip Seymour Hoffman were still alive, he would be a great Coppola, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
I mean, that would have been great.
Be awesome.
I was thinking at first like somebody like he's probably too old for it now, which is strange to say, but Paul Giamatti or something like that.
Oh yeah,
he would be. He would have been good. He would be good. Yeah, I mean.
He'd make a good. Is he too old for it? No.
No, I don't know if he is.
They can make it work, right? He might be just right for it. I don't know. Coppola was what? He was like he was in his early 30s, right?
I think so. I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a little. Giamatti's at least a decade older than that. So, but,
right, but
I think it could still work. Yeah.
Is it necessary, though? I mean, there's great documentaries on the making of The Godfather. I mean...
Is it necessary?
I know, that's
nothing
the
is
worst
necessary.
No, nothing is necessary. Nothing is necessary, but I just don't... All right, more importantly, who do you get to play Brando and Pacino and James Caan and Robert Duvall?
Okay,
Evans,
Pacino's easy. Pacino's easy. You just get Oscar Isaac. He looks exactly like Pacino anyway.
Yeah,
like you can get the lighting just right.
Okay, I got you.
Get the hair right.
I'm not going to get there.
Oscar Isaac, definitely. He's got a job. He's already worked with HBO, doing that Show Me a Hero thing. So, but now Brando, I have no idea who's going to play that role.
Ooh.
I mean,
all the actors who could do it are dead. I mean, all the actors that can do Brando are dead.
I mean, you know, I mentioned a few months ago, or a year ago when Brooklyn was out, that actor Emery Cohen bears a really striking resemblance to Marlon Brando in a number of shots in that particular movie.
Yeah,
and
right.
But he might be too young, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, so
well, the one thing is, I mean, we can speculate on who will play these roles, but HBO can get stars, and this project strikes me as something that stars will gravitate towards.
Mm-hmm.
So I do really think the sky's the limit on who they can cast.
Who's going to play Robert Evans?
I don't know.
Robert Evans. Dustin Hoffman.
No.
Well, and plus it's got to be like 40-something-year-old Robert Evans or however old he was back then.
I was thinking somebody like Timothy Oliphant or something like that would be good because he's handsome.
Mike DeLuca. Get Mike DeLuca just to play him.
What a great fun casting challenge this has to be for some casting director out there.
Yeah, major fun.
I mean, Brando's going to be the biggie. So if they announce that, first, and if it's a great star and a great choice, then that'll set the template for the rest of it, I think. But they did a movie that they pulled from release, the BBC, that short film about Michael Jackson and Brando and Elizabeth Taylor on a road trip. And they ended
by
up.
By the way, Brian Cox and Dr. Channing looked amazing as, and maybe they'll get Brian Cox to play Brando. But
Brad's not a bad choice.
Brian Cox is too old, but maybe that just means he won't have to wear the Dawn makeup. That makes him look older. So I mean, because he's playing an older, I don't know how much of the movie is Brando out of character.
Right.
So you do need a younger actor if it's that dynamic. But Brian Cox looked strikingly like Brando, the older Brando, and then he opened his mouth and you realized he made no attempt whatsoever to imitate him vocally.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he still had the accent. He still sounded like Irish Brian Cox.
Right.
Which I thought was so odd because he looked like a dead ringer for the older Brando.